Right, good evening to everyone, and you're all welcome to this digital marketing masterclass. My name is Tamon Zudune, and I'll be taking you guys for today's session. Before we kick off, I will kindly request that you all introduce yourselves using the chat, or you can unmute your mic and just tell us your name and where you are connecting from. All right, so just kindly unmute your mic, or you can use the chat. Just type in your name and where you're connecting from. From which Emirates are you connecting from? Let's just be snappy with it, please. I hope you all can get me. I hope my mic is clear. Can you all
Hi.
get me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can get you.
All right, thank you. So
Yeah.
let's just perform this exercise. All right, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank
Hi.
you.
Hi. My name is Mary. I'm here based in Dubai.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You're highly welcome. Next person, please.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Leticia. I'm connecting from Dubai.
All right, you're highly welcome. Okay, so we
Thank you.
have, is it Ivo connecting from Dubai? Uh, all right, you're highly welcome, Ivo. So who else? I think we have five participants. Just three have introduced themselves. Let's see. Please, we have a lot to cover today, so if we can do that as fast as possible, the better. All right, so while we continue with the session, maybe within the course of the training, if you want to ask a question, if you've not introduced yourself, you can do so before asking your question. So once again, you are all welcome. As we continue with the session, feel free to drop in your LinkedIn profiles in the chat so that others can connect with you. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, I would suggest that you create one after this class, because if you are thinking of becoming a professional in digital marketing, then that should be your digital CV. You can't call yourself a digital marketing expert or a digital marketer when you don't have a LinkedIn profile. Is that okay? That is where you're going to get most of your connections and most of your probably recruiters, employers, or your clients. So let's try our best to ensure we take that into consideration. So once again, you are all welcome, and I want to thank each and every one of you for joining this session. The goal of this training is to empower you to master digital marketing for career and business growth. This session is normally supposed to take a maximum of 2 hours, so we'll try our possible best to ensure that everything we are going to discuss is going to fall within the time frame. So my name is Tamon Diodene. I'm a digital marketing manager. I'm a trainer and entrepreneur. I live and work in the United Arab Emirates. I'm a digital marketing manager at Madina Al Wadi LSC. I'm equally the founder of Tadita Group, which is a conglomerate with our main branch located in Cameroon. And then we have the Tadita Group Institute, consulting, a digital agency, the foundation, and the TG Real Estate. So we are currently having this session under the Tadita Group Institute. And the main goal for the Institute is to ensure that we bridge the gap between the African community and digital marketing. We know it's very difficult for those from Africa to really embrace or have a knowledge as far as digital marketing is concerned. So that's the reason why we decided to bring up something which will really help those who wish to become digital marketing professionals, especially from Africa. I am a CPD, Google, and KG certified digital marketing expert, and I'm equally an MBA graduate. And as far as the TGI is concerned, as the Data Group Institute, we've trained over 200 certified students in digital marketing. And I've had the privilege as a digital marketer or a digital marketing professional. I've traveled to several countries to attend conferences, to actually speak in some of the conferences. And I'm equally the chairman of the African Digital Conference. And just a quick one that we'll be having the African Digital Conference next year from January 5 to 7. And we are bringing together seven different African countries. So we'll be having approximately let's say more than 2,000 participants. So feel free to join that program if you want to be part of the program. Is that okay? So I've managed Google Ads, social media, and website design for multiple businesses, design and develop company websites. I'm equally a certified speaker and coach. So as far as this training is concerned, we are really going to be doing a lot of practical rather than theory. All right. So I will not be paying more attention on the slides which we have, but at the end of the session, we are going to have a summary by glancing through what we have on the slides because I believe with practical sessions, you're going to understand more better because digital marketing has to do with practicals. We ensure that you actually see what others do on daily basis and how to actually recognize digital marketing modules. Okay, so you're going to understand what digital marketing is. We're going to understand the key digital marketing modules, advantages, and disadvantages of digital marketing. I'm going to highlight some key AI in digital marketing tools, and of course, how you can build your own career as far as digital marketing is concerned. Now, before we proceed, I just want to let you all know that I didn't start as a digital marketer. Okay, back, I think from 2016 to 2019, I was a credit officer at the financial institution back in Cameroon. So I did not actually start as a digital marketer. It's when I actually moved to UAE that I decided to switch my career. Not that I was completely blank as far as digital marketing is concerned. I actually had pre-knowledge as far as digital marketing is concerned. As a matter of fact, I was actually offering one or two sessions as far as digital marketing is concerned. But I decided to actually switch completely to digital marketing because um, it's a field which, once you are a master in it, you can be successful in any country. Trust me when I say you can be successful in any country with digital marketing because digital marketing is not a local program or a local course like probably accounting, which sometimes is more specific to a country where you have to learn their principles or economics or let's say management or marketing. Okay, digital marketing is global. And once you probably take a training session or you go through an institute that gives you that global training and you get a global recognition, then you can actually work in any country. You can actually get deals from any country as far as you are a globally recognized digital marketing expert. Now, before we get to what digital marketing is, we are going to look at what marketing itself is. You know that before you when you start up a business, when you introduce a new business or when you create a new business, what happens is that you tend to try your possible best to ensure that people are aware that this business exists. So you tend to do what to advertise your business, you tend to create more awareness as far as your business is concerned. Now, before the coming of the internet or before the coming of the digital tools, we did what we call traditional marketing or simply marketing, where we use traditional tools to reach out to our various audiences. We have a one-on-one discussion with people who are interested in whatever we are offering. We use the radio stations, we use TV stations, we use magazines. We design flyers. We hire graphic designers to design flyers. We print them out. We share them to our people. So those who are interested, they will always come back to you, probably by calling the number which they have heard on the radio, or they have seen on their screens, or they have seen on flyers which you've actually distributed around. Now, the challenge which we had as far as as far as traditional marketing is concerned is that we are unable to measure our audiences. We are unable to decide who actually saw our ads or who actually knew that we're carrying out this advertisement. It becomes so difficult. For example, if you pass an announcement on radio, you don't know how many people heard about that announcement. You are just anticipating, you're praying that the time in which you pass that announcement should be a good time where everybody is glued to their radios or they are watching their TVs to be able to get one or two. If it was in the early 90s, yeah, we are very sure that if you pass an announcement over the radio, a lot of people will get because for those who don't have TVs, they glue to their radios to get entertainment, maybe music, news, and so on. For those who have TVs, they are glued to their TV because that was the only means of gaining entertainment or trying to, socialize, right? But with the coming of the internet, with the coming of the social media space, things have changed rapidly. I cannot remember the last time I watched a TV station. I cannot remember the last time I listened to a radio station that I'm still able to get global news, right? Thanks to what? The internet, thanks to the various social media platforms we get connected with. When you close from work, what do you do? The first thing you do after you probably taken your shower, you've taken your dinner, the next thing is for you to just go to your phone, try to get one or two entertainment before you go to sleep. Right? It's not like you work 24 hours. No, at least you get some time for yourself and try to gain some entertainment, or you try to socialize with one or two friends using your smartphone. So the time has passed where we focus our attention on radio stations or TV stations. Now is the time for the digital landscape. Now is the time for us to see how far we can um, make good use of the digital landscape and see how far our businesses can go when we use the online tools or the digital tools. So, marketing is simply you creating awareness with the available tools which are at your disposal and trying to reach out to a particular group of people. When it comes to traditional marketing, we are using traditional tools to reach out to a particular group of people. But now, when we are using radio stations, what happens? You don't know how far the frequency can go. You don't know if it's going to cover just the Northwest or the Southwest or just a particular city like Abuja, Kenya, particular country like Kenya. You don't really know how far that radio station, the frequency can go. So it becomes so difficult to determine the audience which are going to see your advertisement, right? You might equally have a product which are meant for people between the ages of 40 to 50. And your main goal was that people who are interested in this type of products should be able to see your ad. By the end of the day, you're advertising to everyone, especially those listening to the radio station. So it became so difficult for us to highlight or to extract that specific audience, to target that particular group of people we are looking for. Thanks to digital marketing, we are able to do so. Is that okay? So digital marketing is simply you using online tools like Facebook or social media platform like websites, emails to create awareness, to advertise our products or goods, our services, or a specific event to a specific group of people. Thanks to digital marketing, we can target a particular group of people. We can target people based on their gender. We can target people based on their age. We can target people based on what they studied in school. We can target people based on what they are interested in. We can target people based on the devices they are using to connect online. Is that okay? So that's why you see digital marketing has actually taken all over. Now, companies, when they set up their budget for advertisement, about 90% of that budget goes to digital marketing, while 10% goes to traditional marketing. Why is it so? Because first thing is that traditional marketing is so expensive as compared to digital marketing. With just $1, I can create an advertisement in a day and I can reach out to as many as 2,000 people. But with traditional marketing, you can't, because first and foremost, you have to pay huge sums of money to a radio station or a TV station or to a magazine for them to showcase or broadcast your information on their newsletter or their radio or TV. But with the availability of different social media platforms, the availability of website, it becomes so, so easy. Okay, we can spend little or nothing just to create advertisement online. Most of you have Facebook, you have Instagram. Some of you are into small businesses, you are hair vendors, you are doing medicure, pedicure, and so on and so forth. Most of you don't necessarily pay money online to create advertisement. You have your social media platform. With time, you've been able to grow your social media platform to a good number of followers. And what happens next? You are able to create content, you post there, and a lot of people who are interested will contact you and buy whatever you're selling or will get to you in terms of whatever you are advertising. Is that okay? So when it comes to traditional marketing and digital marketing, traditional marketing is quite expensive. Digital marketing is cost effective. With traditional marketing, it's very difficult for you to track the activities that are happening. Okay, you can't really know those who have heard about your advertisement. You can't know the total number of people that have heard about your advertisement. But with digital marketing, it is fully measurable. With traditional marketing, you have a broad audience. If you're passing an announcement on a radio station that reaches out to 3 or 4 cities, obviously that's the highest you can go if you're using that radio station. And you cannot narrow down your you cannot narrow down your audience. Okay. But with digital marketing, you have what we call targeted audience. You can decide that I want my ads to reach out to this particular group of people, this particular gender, this particular age. Is that okay? Then for traditional marketing as well, you get slow feedback. You can pass an announcement over the radio, and if I listen to that announcement and I'm interested in whatever you're advertising, I know for most advertisements, People always talk about the means of getting back to the person who has passed that announcement. They actually share the means of communication towards the end of the advert, right? So they might read a phone number two times and that's it. If I don't have a biro to write down the phone number, that's it. I will not be able to get back to them except I hear about the advertisement again. Is that okay? But with digital marketing, you get what we call instant feedback. When someone sees your advertisement, they can get to you immediately. Most of you saw this ad, we created an advertisement on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. You saw the ad. There was probably a button which you clicked on it, and you were redirected to probably WhatsApp or through a lead generation form where you're able to get to us immediately. All right. So with digital marketing, you have that instant feedback, limited reach as far as traditional marketing is concerned. You cannot go global with traditional marketing because a radio station will always have a limit to its frequency, except you are going for international radio station like BBC or CNN. And trust me, it becomes so difficult for you to pay for those services. They are so expensive. But with digital marketing, you can go global with very little amount of money. Is that okay? So examples of traditional marketing tools, we've already mentioned some of them. There's a billboard, there is radio stations, TV stations, flyers which you design and you distribute to people all around. Okay, you might decide to organize probably a jamboree, okay, where people will come, discuss, they talk, they play music, and we talk about your product or services. While for digital marketing, we have different tools like Facebook, Instagram, those are social media platforms. We have websites where you can, you know, create your content and a lot of people will get to your website through different traffics. So digital marketing will not be possible without the various digital marketing tools. Okay, so before we get to looking at the tools individually, I'm just going to share another screen with you and let's talk about the various digital marketing modules. So I'm going to share another screen right here. A minute, please. All right. So when it comes to digital marketing, there are different modules that you need to learn and understand if you really want to become a digital marketing professional. So we are going to begin with the major digital marketing modules. So we have three major digital marketing modules. So we have what we call SEO, we have what we call SEM, we have what we call SMM. So the full meaning of SEO is search engine optimization. SEM is search engine marketing. And SMM is social media marketing. So when you hear the word digital marketing, this is where you need to pay attention to. Okay, you need to pay attention to SEO, SEM, and SMM. Now, apart from these three major digital marketing modules, we have other modules that supplement these three major modules. We have what we call the SMO, which is social media organic. We have content marketing. We have email marketing. We have affiliate marketing. We have web development, shop design. We have graphic design. We have analytics and measurement. We have AI in marketing. So these are other digital marketing modules that help to supplement these three. But once you are able to study and understand these various modules, all right, it makes you a digital marketing professional. Now, I'm going to be expatiating on these three modules. Then I'm going to highlight these ones, okay, so you understand what digital marketing is all about. So let's begin with the first digital marketing module, which is search engine optimization, or what we call SEO. So we have SEO, equally known as search engine. What's happening? So we have SEO, equally known as search engine optimization. Now, we all carry out research on daily basis. We go to Google, we go to Bing, we go to Yahoo to carry out research. Now, before you carry out research on the internet, there are various procedures which you need to follow, or there is a step which you need to follow in order for you to carry out the research, right? So the first thing you need before you carry out any research is a device. Maybe you need a PC or your smartphone, right? So you need a device which will enable you carry out the research. So you have a device, which could be your PC or your laptop. Now, once you have that device, you need to get a browser, either on your PC or your laptop. So you need a browser. So you need a browser. So the browser could be Google Chrome. It could be Safari for those of you using iOS. It could be Brave. It could be Firefox, or it could be Microsoft Edge. So these are all browsers. Now, once you've identified your browser, the next thing you need is a search engine platform. So examples of search engine platforms include Google, Bing, Yahoo, and so on. These are all search engine platforms. Now, once you've been able to identify your search engine platform, that is when you can now carry out your research. You click on the search engine, or you type the search engine platform's website, which could be www.google.com or www.bing.com or www.yahoo.com. So search engine platforms are basically websites which you use browser to get access to. So once you've opened your search engine platform right here, you're going to have a bar. Okay, you're going to have an address bar where you're going to type in whatever you want to search for. Let's say you want to search for running shoes, or you want to search for rental apartments, You use this address bar to carry out that search. Is that okay? Now, once you carry out a search online, what happens? Once you open Google, you type in whatever you're looking for online, you get variety of results. So you're going to get variety of results. Let's say we search for running shoes. We got variety of results. And some of the results were given to us by different websites, such as probably Amazon. We got results from Amazon. We got results from eBay. We got results from Temu. We got results from Noon. We got results from maybe Jumia. We got results from Shein. We got results from maybe Kiko. So these are all e-commerce platforms because we are dealing with a physical product, which is shoes. All these platforms were able to give us results based on what they are selling. Is that okay? Now, once you type this word, these results appear. They don't appear by random. Is that okay? The reason why you're getting results whenever you do a search online is because this word which you type here is somehow available in these websites. So the web developers of these websites, in one way or the other, they have inserted this word which you see here at the back end of the website. So that whenever you type the word running shoes, these websites or the web pages where they have inserted those words are going to appear. Is that okay? Now, you as an audience carrying out a research, this word to you as an audience is known as a search term. Now, to a web developer who has placed this word, because it's a web developer that places those words. So for a web developer who has placed this word at the back end of their website, so that whenever someone does a search, the website pops up, that word to a web developer is known as a keyword. So keyword is for a web developer, and search term is for the audience. Is that okay? So for results to appear on this particular page, the keyword, or better still, the search term must be equal to the keyword. So what does this mean? It means that if you are the owner of these websites and you want to sell running shoes, you've designed the website, you've designed the web page, and there is nowhere on that page that you've placed the word running shoes, then trust me, whenever someone types the word running shoe, your website will not pop up, even if you are into that particular product or you're selling that particular product. So that's one thing you need to understand when it comes to search terms and keywords. The search terms must match up with the keyword for you to see results. Is that okay? Now, let's talk about the results which we've gotten after typing our search term. And by the way, whenever you open a search engine platform and you type the word, you type any word, the result which you get, that page where those results are available, it is known as the search engine result page. You're going to see this word more often, all right, as you take your career in digital marketing, you're going to see this word as many times as possible. Is that okay? So this is known as the search engine result page. So the search engine result page gives you the results after you've typed in your search term and you've gotten several results. Now, this page which you see here carries variety of informations, okay? It carries variety of informations, and the informations which you see on this page are being extracted from a website, which means without a website, you cannot advertise on a search engine platform. Is that okay? Now, whenever you do a search online and you get this result, there are two different types of results on this particular search engine result page. Okay, on this particular page you see here, there are two different types of results. We have what we call paid results and we have what we call free results. Is that okay? We have paid results and free results. So what are paid results? Paid results are they are those content which Google shows on their search engine result page coming from web developers that have paid for that service. Is that okay? So what will happen is that whenever you do a search, let me just illustrate, let me show you how that works before we come back to our illustration. Let me take you to the Google Chrome browser. I will come back to the illustrations. I just want to show you something. So this is a search engine result page. No, this is a web, a search engine platform. Okay, this is the Google search engine platform. So when we come to the search engine platform, we have this search bar at the top. Okay, so let's say we want to search for running shoes. I hope you all can see my screen. So let's search for running shoes. Okay, click on enter. And we are going to get variety of results. As you can see, there are several results here, and all these results are coming from websites, where some of them are coming from websites. So let's say we want to search for car rental. We are equally going to get several results here. If I go to another tab, these are various tabs. What I'm opening here are tabs. If I go to another tab and I type in rent a house, we are going to get several results. All right, perfect. So we've searched for running shoes. These are results related to running shoes. We search for rent a car. These are results related to rent a car. And we search for rent a house. These are results related to rent a house. Now let's look at rent a car. It actually has what I want. So when you look at rent a car carefully, you scroll down, you're going to see different websites. This is mariocarrental.com. This is goeasyway.ae. They're equally into car rental. We have what's this? Puffrental.com. Then we have lifewaytours.ae. All these websites, they are into car rental. Is that okay? Now, there are two different types of results on this page. We have what we call paid results and free results. Now, whenever you do a search and you see this word sponsor results, okay, it means that the content that follows are all paid results. Until you see hide sponsor result, that's where the sponsor results end, or that's where the paid results end. So whatever you're seeing here, from here right up to here, these are all paid results. What does it mean? It means that those who own this content, or those who have created this content, they have paid Google so that Google can show their content on this particular search engine result page. Is that okay? Now, after this particular option here, hide sponsor result, you scroll down, these are all free results. Okay, these are all free results, which means that these companies have not paid Google a single franc or a single dirham so that their content should be showed here. Okay, so they are actually doing it for free, and I'm going to explain to you how that is being done. And after maybe a couple of paid ads, maybe after a couple of paid ads, or sorry, after a couple of free ads, we now have another sponsor result here. And after that sponsor result, we have the paid result, paid result. After that, we have hide sponsor result. And at the end, we now have the ending of that page. So this page actually ends here. And there are several search engine result pages. There are thousands of them. This is just the first page. Is that okay? Now, as far as digital marketing is concerned, when it comes to search engine platforms, every goal, or the goal of every company, the goal of every digital marketer is to ensure that their websites always pop up here. Is that okay? Their websites are always at the top of the search engine result pages. We have thousands of pages, but your main goal should be that your website should always be on the first page. Is that okay? So we've been able to highlight the free ads, the difference between the free ads and the paid ads. Okay. What makes them different is the word sponsor. Whenever you see the word sponsored, just know that the content that follows are all paid ads. And after the word hide sponsor result, because if I click here, they are going to hide all the sponsor results. You're not going to see any sponsor result again, except I click on show sponsored results. Okay, so these are all free results. And when I scroll right down, towards the end, I'm equally going to see some sponsored results here. Is that okay? Now, our main goal, or the first part which we started talking about, was search engine optimization. And search engine optimization has to do with all the free results you are seeing here. Is that okay? The results that do not have the word sponsored attached to them, they are all known as free results. Now, how are these free results achieved? Now, for every organization that creates a website, any company, any organization that creates a website, their main goal should be to be on the first page, right? To be on the top of the search engine result pages. That should be your main goal. Even though today, so many businesses, they don't even know anything about the search engine result page. All they're interested in is just to create a website. And when you create a website and you're unable to push your page even in the top 10 pages, then you have not done anything. Okay? You've not done anything because when people come online, they are searching for a particular product, your website will not pop up. Then what was the essence of you creating that website? So when you're creating a website, your main goal is to ensure that that website appears on the first page of the search engine result pages. Is that okay? Now let's talk about the free ads. How are these free ads achieved? Now, the first thing for you to do if you want your website to appear here, the first thing is, first of all, to get a website, right? You should get a website. You should design the website. Now, once the website has been designed, once the web developer has done the magic, has designed everything, the next step is to bring in a search engine optimization specialist. You, as a digital marketer, you are equally a search engine optimization specialist because you've undergone a training on how to optimize a website. So, search engine optimization simply means that the steps you need to follow to ensure that your website is optimized. What's the meaning of optimize? Optimize simply means your website ranks, okay, on the first page of the search engine result pages. Optimization simply means you are moving from one level to another until you reach the top of every search engine platform. That's the meaning of top optimization. So your main goal is to optimize your website to appear on the first pages of the search engine result page or any search engine platform. All right, so let's get back to our illustration. Now you've seen the difference between the paid ads and the free ads. All right. So how do you get your website to rank on Google or on being on Yahoo? How do you get your website to rank? The first thing is you need to design the website. So we're assuming that this is our website. So we're assuming that this is our website right here. Is that okay? So once your website has been designed, you need to request the services of a search engine optimization specialist, or if you're a web developer and an SEO specialist, these are the things you need to do to ensure that your website starts ranking. Is that okay? So you need to follow what we call the web structure optimization. These are just simple rules or guidelines that have been laid down, all right, to guide search engine optimization specialists to be able to run a website effectively. Now, these rules, they do change over the day, over the time, over a particular time frame. But these ones which we are going to list them here. There are always what you need to do at the beginning stages. Is that okay? Because sometimes the various search engine platforms, they have different algorithms. They actually have their own ways they want you to optimize their website. But there are some key items or there are some key points you need to take into consideration when you're doing your um, website optimization. So these rules or these steps that you need to follow, they are known as web structure optimization. Is that okay? Now, web structure optimization, like I earlier mentioned, are the rules and regulations laid down by some of these search engine platforms so that web search engine optimization specialists can follow and ensure that their website meets the norms, the rules and regulations, or meets the criteria that have been laid down by these search engine platforms. So some of the rules or some of the things you need to do at the back end of a website, they include you need to make sure that you should have, first and foremost, make sure your domain name is short. Okay. Short domain names are always very good. What are domain names? Domain names is just your URL when the website has not been designed. For example, www.amazon.com, that's a domain name when the website has not been designed. Once you use that domain name, you're able to use a hosting platform. You use that domain name to design a website. That is when it becomes a website. But a domain name is just the name. For example, we have e.g. www.amazon.com. That's a domain name. At least you should have a short domain name. Okay. The next thing which you need to take into consideration is that your website should have a logo. Your website should have all the necessary details like contact. Is that okay? Email. You should have those on your website. Your website should have what we call event buttons. Event buttons are those means of communication that people can get to you instantly. For example, live chat. If you have a live chat on your website, that is an event button. If you have, let's say, WhatsApp as well, if you have WhatsApp, these are all event buttons because they can easily link you and an audience who has visited your website within the shortest possible time. Is that okay? Then, of course, your website should have, or every page on your website, if you really want to optimize those pages, every page on your website should have at least 300 words. Is that okay? You should have at least 300 words on your website. You should equally have images on your website or on every pages of your website, at least three. You should have what we call internal links. What are internal links? These are links that help to connect one page of your website to another. For example, if someone visits your homepage, once he visits your homepage, there should be links on that homepage that can take them to your contact page or to your about page or to your services page. Is that okay? So those internal links should be available so that they can help people navigate through your website. You should equally have the most important pages of a website, most important pages. So what are some of the most important pages? I think there are about 5 of them. We have the home page, we have the contact page, we have the about page, we have the services page. Then probably if you want to add, you can add the blog page or we have the gallery. These two are not compulsory. Okay, then you should equally have the privacy policy page, very important. I think I should place this as a single point. privacy policy page. So what is a privacy policy page? A privacy policy page is that page which contains information telling your audience that whatever content you're going to be sharing with us, especially when they are filling a contact form, that whatever content you are sharing with us, we are not going to disclose your content or your information to other people. Is that okay? That's the meaning of a privacy policy page. And of course, most websites will have it, especially those websites that carry your sensitive information like your username and your password. Those are very sensitive information. So before you share any content on the website, make sure that that website has what we call the privacy policy page. The longevity of a website matters a lot. So when you design a website, you really want to optimize, make sure that the more that particular domain name stays, the more your website might get a positive ranking. Is that okay? So there are so many other web structure optimization which I have not mentioned them here, which are very, very necessary. So this is just a summary, okay? We equally have um, the speed of the website. The speed of the website should be great as well. I think one of the fastest website we have today is Amazon. Amazon has one of the fastest websites. Is that okay? Be it Amazon.eu, Amazon.com, or Amazon.india, their websites are usually very fast. Your website should be mobile friendly, which means that when someone gets access to your website through a mobile device, it should actually contain all the information. What I'm seeing on my screen, I should be able to see that same information on a mobile device. Okay, so these are some of the rules and regulations. I've not mentioned some. For example, I've not mentioned keywords. You should have keywords at the back end of your website because those keywords need to match up with the search term so that your web page can show to your audience. Okay, there are so many of them, we cannot really list all of them. I believe that in the course of you taking a digital marketing training or a search engine optimization session, you're really going to come into contact with most or some of them which I have not mentioned here. Okay, for example, I've not mentioned another one is external links. Those links that take you from your website to other websites. Is that okay? So once all of this has been done at the back end of a website, that's where the that's the time for you to start optimizing the website. So after putting in this content, does your website start optimizing? No, obviously not. You need to invite Google, okay? You need to invite Google to your website to scan your website to get more information and see if your website is ready for optimization. So let's look at the process. So here we have Google, and here you have your website. So once your website is done, you are very satisfied that the content which you have on your website is very okay for Google to visit. Now, one thing you need to understand before we talk about that, one thing you need to understand is that you don't necessarily need to do all of this before you start thinking of inviting Google to your website. Immediately you started doing whatever is necessary, you can invite Google, okay, so that as time is going on, the content which you are already designing and going forward, Google can start, working on them. Is that okay? Now you have to invite Google to visit your website. This is invite. Once you invite Google, what happens is that Google is going to send its agents. Google will send its agents. They are going to scan your website. They act as CCTV cameras scanning your entire website. Is that okay? Now, one thing you need to understand is that for Google to successfully scan your entire website, there must be links, internal links in your website, because they are not going to come from all sites. They might come to your website through the homepage, but they need to pass through your homepage to other pages of your website. That's the essence of internal links. Is that okay? So once they visit your website, they scan your website, they gather all the information they can get, or is it data? I don't know, data or information. So once they gather enough resources, they will now report back to Google. So reporting back to Google. Once they report back to Google, Google is going to analyze the content which have been, submitted to them. If they notice that the content which you have submitted to them is good and your website is suitable for ranking, that is when Google will start ranking your website. So your website will start ranking. So this is your website. Your website now undergoes the process of ranking. Is that okay? The agents which are being sent by Google to scan your website, they are known as crawlers. So crawlers are the agents, and Google sends as many as possible depending on the number of links. The more links you have on your website, bringing other people to your website, just know that that's how you're going to have a lot of crawlers. So crawlers don't come directly. Crawlers may come from other websites to your own website. Is that okay? Now, once the crawlers have gotten information, they report back to Google. Now, this entire process, from the time you were optimizing your website or you were, trying to put in content necessary for optimization, to the time you invite Google, to the time Google sends the crawlers get information, and report back to Google, then Google start ranking your website. This entire process is known as indexing. Is that okay? The entire process from you inviting Google scanning your website, reporting, Google sends crawlers scan your website, report back to Google, and Google start ranking your website. This entire process is known as indexing. So if someone says your website is not being indexed, it means that Google was not satisfied, probably not satisfied with the content which you've given them. Is that okay? So they might not be satisfied and they might decide not to start, indexing your website. Now your website might be optimized, but it's not ranking. You might have optimized your website very well, but it's not ranking. It might just be at maybe the last page on their search engine platform, or the search engine, a search engine platform. Is that okay? So there's a difference between optimization, ranking, and indexing. Indexing is the entire process. Ranking is that step by step as you're moving from one page to another. While optimization is that process which you're trying to ensure that your website runs. Is that okay? So that's how search engine optimization operates. You just make sure you have a website, follow these rules and regulations, make sure the content on your website are great. And that's how your website, if Google is satisfied, then your website will start ranking. Now, there are several tools, and AI tool has been incorporated in such a way that it makes things a little bit easier. So there are tools, especially when you're designing your website using a content management system like WordPress. There are tools which you can use to check your website to see if it meets the norms. Okay, they are able to highlight a page which you're designing and tell you what is lacking on that particular page. So we have tools like the Yoast SEO, which you can install at the backend of your website. We have what we call the all-in-one SEO. These are all tools which you can install at the backend of your website, and your website will start. They will tell you what you need to do for your website to rank. I think with the coming of this tool, it has made things easier because initially you don't really know what these search engine platforms want. Okay, but with these tools, if anything is introduced which is necessary, these tools are going to, they are going to highlight and tell you that this has not been done. Okay, they might tell you that we've equally missed maybe grammar as well. We've missed grammar, we've missed vocabulary as well. I think there are so many of them. Okay, so you need to ensure your grammar is okay, your vocabulary is perfect. So that is it as far as search engine optimization is concerned. Once you're able to learn all of this, then of course you've actually optimized your website. Now, what we've just discussed now, this aspect we've just discussed, falls under what we call search on-page optimization. So search engine optimization is divided into three. We have on-page, off-page, and technical SEO. So on-page optimization or on-page SEO simply means the things you'll be doing at the back end of a website. Those things you'll be doing at the back end of a website is known as on-page optimization. I've already seen that. Is that okay? Now let's talk about off-page. Off-page here simply means the things you'll be doing out of a website to make sure your website ranks. Right? So people ask this question, how possible is it that you will be doing things out of your website and it's still going to affect your website? Yes. Now, one thing you need to understand when it comes to off-page is that for your website to rank, you need what we call crawlers. The more crawlers you have, the more chances you get to move up the ladder when it comes to optimization or when it comes to ranking. Is that okay? Now, these crawlers need links to move through your website. And how do you get more crawlers? You should you should create articles on other people's websites that permit you to create articles. Once you've created those articles, you're going to place the link of your website at the back end of those articles. Okay. Now, once you place those links, people can move from those articles to your website. Remember, traffic plays a vital role as well when it comes to optimization. The more traffic you drive to your website, the more that website is going to be optimized. Is that okay? And how is this possible? Though people are using those links to visit your website, crawlers use those links as well. And for websites that accept articles, there are so many crawlers there, thousands of them, millions of them. All you need to do is place your link on those websites. If people read your articles, they are comfortable with the articles, they'll visit your website. Crawlers too, when they come to that website to scan, they are going to see links on that website. Okay. And they will want to know where this link is leading to. How do you think companies, or how do you think um, platforms like Google, they're able to restrict websites? Do you think they have the time to be going through one website to another? No. It's based on the report which they are getting. It's like they're getting a signal. It's a stressful signal coming in, indicating that this website has a content that will be harmful to the society, thanks to the crawlers. So those crawlers are able to do what? To give those signals, and what Google can easily restrict those websites. Is that okay? So what you actually be doing as far as off-page is concerned is you'll be writing articles. So once you write these articles, what happens? You are going to place what we call backlinks, because these links are taking people from other websites to your website. That's why they are called backlinks. So you're going to, place backlinks on those other websites. Those backlinks are the links, maybe web pages, links of web pages on your website. They are going to use those links and they visit your website. So basically, that's what you'll be doing as far as off-page is concerned. Then we have technical SEO. Technical SEO has to do with things which you're just doing to ensure that some aspects of your website are doing great. For example, your website is mobile friendly. You're making sure that the speed of your website is perfect. You have several tools which you would check. If your website is mobile friendly, you would check if the speed of your website is okay. Is that okay? You equally have tools that will help you to check the grammar of your website or various pages of your website. You have tools that will check if there are links, broken links on your website. That's the essence of technical SEO. I hope that is understood. Now let's talk about search engine marketing. So search engine marketing has to do with paid ads. So there are so many businesses that they just started today. Optimization takes a very long time. Your website can take even up to 2 years before you start seeing it optimizing on the various search engine platform. So while waiting for your website to optimize, you can decide to pay Google so that Google can place your website on that particular page. Is that okay? So paying the website here simply means you'll be doing what we call search engine marketing. With search engine marketing, it means you'll be creating ads. You'll be creating ads on Google. You'll be creating paid ads on Bing. You'll be creating paid ads on Yahoo. Is that okay? Now, when we looked at the example I showed you about car rentals and rent a house, I made mention of different types of ads. I said there were two types. You have the paid and the free ads. So when it comes to the Google search engine platform, there are usually 7 paid ads, 4 at the top, 3 at the bottom. That's for Google. For Bing, I think there are 10, 5 at the top, 5 at the bottom. And for Yahoo, I think the same 10, 5 at the top, 5 at the bottom. So there are usually 7 paid ads for Google, 4 at the top and 3 at the bottom. So we might have search for running shoes. Then we have Amazon. We have Noon. we have eBay, we have Shein, then we have some other websites that have created free content. Then down we may have Temu, we may have maybe Kiku, or we may have Lumia. Is that okay? So how did these paid ads come about? How are companies able to do or to show their ads up here, despite the fact that their websites are not well ranked? Now, what they do is that they contact a digital marketer, okay, and tell a digital marketer, hey, I want you to create some paid ads. I want our websites to show on the Google search engine result page. We might not have optimized our website very well, but we want to start making money. We want to start reaching out to as many people as possible. Okay, so please kindly create us a paid ad that will be displayed on the various search engine platforms like Google. So what will happen is that the web developer will now create an account with Google using the platform Google Ad account. So you're going to create what we call a Google Ad account. So this account is created separately from the search engine platform itself. So that is where you are now going to create the ad. Okay, you're now going to put in the text, you're going to put images if possible, you're going to now add the links. So once you have the information necessary for the ad, you are now going to tell Google, I'll be paying you $1 when someone clicks on this ad which I'm about to create. Google will say, okay, no problem. Once you create the ads, Google would now display their ads on their search engine result page. Now, what happens is that when someone comes and does a search like running shoes, and they are able to see these ads here, once someone clicks on this ad, it's going to take them down to the Amazon website. Is that okay? And that is when Google is going to charge Amazon because someone saw the ad, someone clicked on the ad. That's when Google is going to charge Amazon. Is that okay? So that is what search engine marketing is all about. So I'll take the step again. So what happened is that the web developer will contact Google, will create an account with the Google Ad platform. Once they create an account, they are going to put in the information that they want to advertise to people in the form of either in the form of a text, in the form of an image, in the form of a video. They are going to put the content there. And then they are going to tell Google, I want you to show this ad to people who visit your search engine platform. And I'll be paying you probably $1 or $2 when someone clicks on the ad. It therefore means that when you do a search and you see these sponsored ads, these companies, they don't just pay at that particular moment. They only pay if I see the ad, then I click on it. Is that okay? When I see the ad and click on it, that is when Google is going to charge these companies. Now we have these results which we search here, right? And we have these paid ads. So these sponsored results simply means these are all paid ads. These are all paid ads. And it ends here. So if I want Google to charge these companies, if I want Google to charge these companies here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this ad. Okay, or if I click on this ad, since it's a paid ad, if I click on it, Google is going to charge this company right now, depending on how much they were willing to pay for one click. Okay, Google is going to charge them for this click which I have just done right now. That is how these companies pay Google for the ads which they are creating. Now, you will notice that in this section where we have sponsored ads, we have the first company, the second company, the third company, and the fourth company. Now, these companies, they don't occupy this position by random. And we all know that most of us, when we do searches online, if we don't see what we are looking for on the first page, we don't even go to the second page. Most of the time, people don't even know that there are different pages on this Google search. People don't know. If I continue to click next, it's going to take me to second, third, fourth, and so on and so forth. Many people don't know that there are so many pages. When you come to Google and you do a search, for the first time, if you don't see what you're looking for here, it's very difficult for you to go to the second page. And usually you always get the result on the first page. It's only in rare cases that you can't get the result. And if you don't get the result on the first page, it is likely that you might not get the result on the other pages. Because the content that you see on the first page, they have been carefully handpicked by Google, either through paid ads or through websites that have been well optimized. Is that okay? So this process whereby Google is charging people based on the click, it is known as PPC, or what we call pay per click. So you're going to be hearing the word search engine marketing or PPC. Whenever you hear the word PPC, know that you're talking about paid ads on search engine platforms. I hope that is clear. So this is how you identify a paid ad on Google. You need to create an account with the Google Ad platform. You need to create this ad and they are going to be displayed here. Now, there are different types of Google ads. The first one we're going to talk about is the search or the text ad. Okay, so we have what we call the search ads, and under the search ads, we have what we call the text ads. Now, a text ad is that type of an ad which does not carry images. For example, what you see here is a text ad. What you see here is a text ad. Okay, because there are no images attached to it. This is equally a text ad. This image is just here because it has been extracted from the website. But upon creating this ad, no image was added. Okay, now we have what we call, this is text ad. Now we equally have what we call display ads. Now display ads are being shown on partner websites. Display ads are being shown on partner websites. There are people who decide to become bloggers. Who are bloggers? Bloggers are those people who create content on their websites, and this content is being displayed, right? They create content on their website so that people can come to their website and read more about the content. Once they create this content on their website, a lot of people visit their website to know more about what they are actually sharing. And they tend to drive a lot of traffic to their website. Now, for a website that draws a lot of traffic, it is but normal that you should start thinking of how to monetize the platform. So, how do you monetize your website if it's driving traffic? You need to partner with Google. You need to join the Google program known as the Google AdSense. When you join the program, Google is going to scan your website. They will see if your website meets their norms, rules, and regulations. If they notice that you're driving a lot of traffic and your content makes sense, they are going to accept your partnership and they'll be using your website to be showing display ads. All right, they'll be showing paid advertisements in the form of an image. So if you look at this website carefully, you're going to notice that there are some content here that are not related. This is a news website. They talk about recent happenings. You hardly see any advertisement. This website does not advertise products, goods, or services. But then when they partner with Google, Google is the one using their website to create those advertisements. For example, this is an ad from Google. How do I know it's an ad from Google? When I hover my mouse over this eye beside the advertisement towards the end, top right corner, you're going to see ads by Google. If I come down again here, I hover my mouse over that section and I zoom it, you're going to see ads by Google, which means that all these ads were created on Google, on the Google ad platform. This is another one here, ads by Google. This is another ad here, which has been created. Probably this was created on Bing or Yahoo. Okay, so this is an ad from Google. Now, this is known as what? A display ad, because these ads are being created on the Google ad platform and Google now shows the ads here. Okay. Now, one thing you need to get this straight as far as becoming a partner. You don't necessarily, not every blogger partners directly with Google. You can partner with Google, yes, but you can equally partner with individual platforms like 1xBet. You can partner with 1xBet. If you have a website you place, 1xBet can use your website like this. Okay, they can use your website and show advertisement like what you're seeing here. When people click on it and probably do a registration, you're going to get your benefit through your referral link. All right. So you don't necessarily need to partner with Google. But when you partner with Google, you have more advantages because so long as I am able to see what is on this website, like now, I have seen this image, I have seen a displayed image from Google. It means that Google has used my website to show advertisements. So obviously I will be paid. But for other websites, when you partner with them and you just play something like what you see here, this should probably be an affiliate link, or it could be an affiliate link. So when people click on it and they register, you're going to get a commission, which means if I click here, or if I don't register, if I don't register, then the owner of this website will not be paid. Is that okay? It will not benefit anything. So that's the reason why most people partner with Google. So that's how a display ad looks like. We equally have what we call shopping ads. Shopping ads are always applicable to products. Platforms like Amazon, eBay, they focus more on shopping ads because they deal only with products. Is that okay? So when it comes to shopping ads, you have images combined with text, and probably the price of the product, like this one. This is a sponsored ad, and you have here Adidas, right? You have the image of the product, you have the product name, the price, and the company that is actually selling that product. If I search for iPhone 16, I'm going to see different paid ads here. You can see sponsored results or sponsored products. See sponsored products. You see the image of the product, the price, sorry, the name of the product, the price, and the company that is selling the product. Okay, we see Noon, we see Amazon, we see Revamp, we see Store US, Emax Electronics, and so on and so forth. This is what we call a shopping ad. Then, of course, we have what we call video ads. I'm sure you guys see on daily basis. Those of you who watch YouTube, you must have seen that there are several videos that always pop up when you're watching your video, right? You have to wait for those videos to play for about 5 seconds. You skip the videos before you can now proceed with whatever you want to do. That is what we call a video ad. Is that okay? And we equally have other types of ads which I cannot show you here. For example, call only ads. Those ads that they are created for mobile devices where people can search. They will see the ad. They will just click on a button on the phone number and they will call you directly from the ad. We have mobile app ads. Those of you who have mobile devices, mobile applications, that each time you want to open the mobile application, you keep on seeing variety of ads. Those ads have been created on Google and they are being displayed on your mobile devices. That's what we call the mobile app ads. They are being displayed on mobile applications. Is that okay? So those are different types of ads, and as a digital marketer, you should learn how to create the various ads which I have just mentioned right now. That is it as far as search engine marketing is concerned. Now let's talk about social media marketing. Most of us use social media platforms on daily basis, right? And during the course of using this social media platform, we get to see different types of ads. For example, when you go to Facebook, you go to facebook.com, you're going to see variety of ads. So this is a typical Facebook account. Is that okay? So for a typical Facebook account, there are different types of ads that are always being displayed on these Facebook accounts. For example, this is a free ad, this is a paid ad, this is a free ad, this is a paid ad, this is a free ad, this is a free ad, this is a free, this is a paid ad. How do you differentiate between a free ad and a paid ad? With a free ad, you'll not see the word sponsored below the name of the page. This is a page name. Below the name of that page is the word sponsored. So below that page name, you're going to see the word sponsored. Then you see text describing that ad. You see an image or video. You see a headline description and a button before the like, comment, and share. For free ads, you will not see the word sponsored. Neither will you see headlines or descriptions. And of course, you will not see buttons, but you see the like, the comment, and the share. This is a paid ad, 11 Lab, sponsored, description, video or image, headline, sign up, which is the button, then the like, the comment, and share. Is that okay? So that is it as far as social media ads are concerned, and it is similar to every platform. Now, how do you create paid ads on social media platform? Each social media platform has its own ad account, same as Google has its own ad account. Okay, and you can create a variety of ads. Now, when we talked about when we looked at the Google ads, I mentioned the fact that there are different types of ads like the text ads, the image ads, the video ads, the shopping ads. Now, for Google, you cannot combine text and image and create an ad. Okay, except for shopping ads where there are images, there are text, there are descriptions. That is for a product. It's good that when you're advertising a product, people should see the image of the product, the price before clicking the ad, right? Give probably a vivid description of that particular product. Apart from shopping ads, we cannot create ads with a combination of those. Okay, you only have display ads contain only images, text ads contain text only, shopping ads you have the combination, video ads they contain videos only. Whereas for social media platform, you can combine them. You can combine text, images, videos at the same time. You can even run an ad whereby you're combining more than one or two images at the same time. You can combine both images and video at the same time and run an ad on social media platforms. Now, for social media platforms, or when it comes to social media marketing, there are different platforms which, as a digital marketing expert or a social media marketing manager, you should know how to create ads on these platforms. These platforms include Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, WhatsApp. You should learn how to create this ad. And of course, YouTube is a social media platform. But with YouTube, you're going to learn how to create YouTube ads on Google because it's a product of Google. Is that okay? So there is equally what we talked about. We talked about SMO, which is social media organic. Social media organic is simply the free ads we create on daily basis. People have 1,000 followers, 100,000 followers. They post on daily basis to reach out to specific group of people, right? But with the paid ads, you actually need to pay. Once you post the content, you need to create an ad so that you can reach out to as many people as possible. So that is it as far as the three major digital marketing modules are concerned. So we've talked about search engine optimization, search engine marketing, or the Google Ads, which I've just mentioned, social media marketing. Then we have content marketing, which has to do with you creating content, which should be used for SEO. You need content for SEO, you need content for SEM, you need content for social media marketing. So content marketing is very vital when it comes to digital marketing. We have email marketing, where you'll be using email marketing platforms to, broadcast emails to a variety of people once you've collected their email addresses through probably a lead generation or a lead magnet. So when it comes to email marketing, you need to have at least a good number of emails where you can be sending people, sorry, you need to have a good number of email addresses where you'll be sending people emails on weekly basis, monthly basis, or even daily basis. I'm sure if you open your email now, you're going to be seeing emails coming from platforms which you don't even know how you subscribe to them, but they keep on sending you daily or weekly reports or daily or weekly newsletters. That is because in one way or the other, you subscribe to a particular channel or you share your email with them. So they are using those emails now to send those emails to you. And sometimes you see that those emails are well customized. They'll say, hello, Peter, hello, Paul. They are greeting you directly. They are greeting you directly. But then during the process of creating that email, they created just a single email. They broadcasted it just because it has been well customized. When those emails are reaching people's inboxes, it broadcasts their names, it shows their names. All right. Those things are not done by robots, they are done by people. Sometimes you read the messages, you think that they are done by robots, but they are done by people. Then, of course, we've talked about web design and funnel building. You need to, as a web developer, as a digital marketer, you should have some skills as far as web design is concerned. And of course, under search engine optimization, you will be learning how to, navigate through a website. Very, very important. Then we have analytics and data tracking. As a digital marketer, you should learn how to analyze data and be able to track data. So you'll be using tools like Google Analytics, Google Looker Studio to analyze and, generate reports which you are going to broadcast them visually. Then we have artificial intelligence in marketing. AI has been so, so great for the past few years in such a way that it has tried as much as possible to eliminate, complex exercises when it comes to things like design, to design flyers for your, social media platforms, to create content which you're going to post on your website. So AI has done a whole lot when it comes to that. Is that okay? So why digital marketing matter? Why is it so important? As compared to traditional marketing, digital marketing is cost effective. It has a global reach. It has measurable results. It builds a strong customer relationship. When you post on social media, people reply when people comment on your content, you reply them immediately. It helps to build a very strong customer relationship. It is flexible and it has a lot of speed, right? You post a content right now, people start seeing that content immediately if they are online. They start responding to those content. Sometimes you post, it doesn't even take up to a minute and people are replying to your comments. They are replying to your content. Okay. And it equally gives opportunity to everyone. Digital marketing does not require you to have pre-knowledge in a particular field before you take the program. No. It is open to everyone. Is that okay? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Sky not moving. Any question? All right, silence means no question, so let's proceed. Now, what are some of the challenges you face in this digital marketing field? There is what we call high competition, especially when it comes to search engine marketing. Now, when you're creating your ads on search engine platform, when you're creating your ads for search engine platforms, there is high level of competition. You see companies like Amazon, companies like eBay, these are companies that have been in the industry for a very long time. So if you're getting into e-commerce marketing, if you're getting into e-commerce right now, know that you're going to have a lot of challenges. One of those challenges is that you're going to be competing with these high level companies. And these companies, when they are bidding for particular keywords, when they are running ads, they will always want to occupy the first position. It doesn't matter how much they are willing to pay. So they will tell Google, I'm willing to pay probably $10 or $20 for one click. And Google will always take the person with the highest bidder and place at the top, which means that if the first seven people are bidding between $5 to $15 and your capital or your budget is not up to what they are offering, then obviously you cannot compete with them, right? You cannot compete with them. And if you cannot compete with them, it therefore means that you are going to be left out. And whenever you run your ads, people are not going to see because those top companies will always be at the top. There is always what we call a constant algorithm change. You might think that you've done everything possible to ensure your website optimizes, and one moment you notice that there are some things that have been changed which you are not aware of, right? Digital marketers, they always assume most of the things you see we are discussing here on how to optimize a website, they are based on assumptions. People have tried them, it works for them. You might try it and it might not work. And what they did, they might think that that is what has actually made their website to go viral because that's what they did. And when you introduce to another person, your website might not run because Google changes the algorithm on daily basis. The same as you will see how someone will just sit one moment, he just joined the platform, start posting content that is not relevant, and he goes viral, right? Then you are posting relevant content, educative content, and such things. Your website, your social media platform is on the same position. You keep asking yourself what's happened. It's because the algorithm is crazy, really, really crazy. Continuous effort is required. You need to try your possible best, especially when it comes to optimization. Always try your possible, change techniques, try to see other techniques that you might implement to see how your website will run. There is what we call cyber risks and data privacy concern. Obviously, there are people who run paid ads, scammers run paid ads to reach out to their target, right? For free ads, people still create websites that they are out there to scam people, to defraud people. Is that okay? Then, of course, there's technology dependence. We depend more on technology if we really want to market our product, which means that if there is no internet, then trust me, we are going to be on the same position. Now, what are some of the digital marketing careers? Once you've undergone a complete digital marketing training, you can become a digital marketing manager. A digital marketing manager is someone who understands all the various modules and you have implemented them before. So before becoming a manager, you must have implemented some of these modules and you became an expert in them. That's when you become a manager. Okay. A social media manager is someone who has managed social media platforms, created paid ads, created content on website, and he's a master of the major social media platforms. So learning one platform alone doesn't make you a social media marketing manager. You must learn the vital with the most important social media platform. I've listed seven of them. So if you know how to work with these platforms, create paid ads, then you can become a social media manager. SEO specialist, someone who knows how to optimize a website, someone who knows how to make sure that a website is always at the first 10 pages of the search engine result page. PPC or paid ads expert, someone who knows how to create Google ads, who knows how to run paid ads on the various search engine platforms. Content creator or strategist, someone who understands content marketing very well. He knows how to create good content for the various platforms. Email marketing specialist, you know how to construct emails and broadcast them to a specific group of people or to your email list. You understand the measure email marketing tools such as MailerLite, MailChimp, Convertful, and so on and so forth. You should have some skills when it comes to web design. Okay. If you're a web developer and a digital marketer, you are a complete digital marketer because there is no way you can apply for a job if truly you are a web developer and you've done one or two exercises or you've designed one or two websites. There is no way you tell me that you've done maybe some projects, you apply for a job and you can't get it. Analytics and data specialists, you must be an expert in Google Analytics and Looker Studio. These are people who analyze what has been happening, the ads we've created on social media platforms, um, what we've done so far on our website, the ads we've created on search engine platforms, email marketing campaigns we've done before. You analyze all of that and you're able to give a report to the board of directors or to your management. Then, of course, as a digital marketing expert, you can become a trainer or a coach. Is that okay? So we've just mentioned the career opportunities that are open to you as a digital marketing manager. Any questions so far? Any question? So how do you become a social media or how do you become any of the fields which you've just mentioned? First thing first, learn the fundamentals. We've just had a general introduction here. We've touched every aspect of it. The next thing is for you to get into the advanced program, whereby you learn all these various modules which we've just mentioned. Then you see which one you think you are very comfortable with. There are people who are comfortable with all the modules. There are people who are comfortable with specific modules. Right? There are people who are very good in creating Google ads. There are people who are very good in creating social media campaigns. I've noticed that during the time which I've been teaching, because I've been teaching digital marketing under Tata Group Institute for the past 4 years, and I've noticed that a lot of people run away from Google Ads because I think that's one of the most complicated module when it comes to digital marketing. Okay, so you specialize in one module, you build a portfolio, make sure you have your LinkedIn profile, start talking about what you've learned. Try to start highlighting different modules, talk about what you've learned, go deep by looking at real world scenarios and you talk about them on your profile. How will people know that you've learned digital marketing if you're not really exposing yourself out there? If you look at my LinkedIn profile, I make sure that at least after 2 or 3 days, I create content related to digital marketing. Not because I am looking for a job in the nearest future, not because I want to impress someone, it's because I want to keep myself up to date, making sure that I am updated when it comes to recent happenings as far as the digital marketing space is concerned. One thing you need to understand with digital marketing is that it is dynamic, it is not static, which means that things do change every blessed day. After every year, every platform do some changes, and you might think that you know digital marketing because you learned it 3, 4 years ago. By the time you open that platform after 1 year, you'll notice that so many things have changed. Have changed. Most of the objectives have been changed. They have been modernized. Some have been added. You ask yourself, how do I go about this? You need to build a portfolio. Create real examples of your work. That's the reason why when you are done with your training or you are done as an expert, don't just sit and you start looking for a job. Trust me, companies don't care. Sometimes they don't care about the certificate you have. They care about what you've done before. Remember, when it comes to digital marketing, companies are putting in money to be able to reach out to people, which means that if you're not familiar with what you've been doing so far, then you are going to waste their money. And that's the reason why you might apply for 10, 20, 30, 40 jobs and you will not get anyone. If I have to show you my LinkedIn profile right now, I get so many DMs on daily basis. I get followers on daily basis. I get people who are requesting for either they are looking for a job or people who want me to work with them. You need to have a LinkedIn profile. You need to optimize the LinkedIn profile. And you need to make sure that the LinkedIn profile is always active. Then, of course, you need to get certified. Validate your skills with recognized credentials is very important as well. That is the pre-stage. When it comes to the selection process, the pre-selection process, they look at what you've been able to achieve before they call you for any interview or whatsoever. right? And when you call for an interview, don't think that it's you've actually achieved anything, because they will want to see your portfolio. What have you been doing? It doesn't matter if you completed a course last week or last month. What have you been doing? When you're done with one module, start seeing how you can start building a portfolio. If we're having this session, because I have these sessions both with students from UAE, the Middle East, and Africa. After this session, I'll be having a session with students from several African countries. For you located in UAE, you have all the facilities you need to be able to build a portfolio. You have a credit card. You can spare $1 or $2 to test campaigns online. You have the opportunity to have 3 to 4 different bank accounts. You have the opportunity to have 3 to 4 different credit cards or Visa cards. Because we always advise the card which you're using online, don't save your money in that card. You should have very little amount there, because online is very funny. I've been a victim whereby my account is being hacked, and a lot of money was taken from me. Not like withdrawing the money, but illegal acts were done, and money was being deducted from my account to pay for those acts. Those are things you need to take into consideration as well as you're getting into this field. You equally have clients who want you to run ads, but they don't have payment methods. They don't have payment gateway. You are forced to use your own card to run ads for them. Connect with professionals and pursue opportunities. Most of you have been in UAE for quite some time now. You have LinkedIn profile. I can bet that not up to 50% of you here have checked your LinkedIn profile in the last 2, 3 days. Who has checked the LinkedIn profile in the last 2 days? Let me see. How many of you have checked your LinkedIn profile in the last 2 days? If you have, indicate. Use the chat. Anybody? Nobody. So you need to build your network and you start connecting with people in the same field as you. Is that okay? Any questions so far? Any question? Any question? All right, if there are no questions, then we've come to the end of this particular session. Or before we end, I'm just going to highlight the other modules which we've talked about. I've not talked about affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is simply you implementing the skills you've learned as far as digital marketing is concerned to start making money for yourself by getting into affiliate programs, getting affiliate links, adding them to your personal website, trying to create content that will bring people together to drive traffic to your website, and people will use your links to make purchases on those affiliate websites, and you'll be getting your commission out of it. Is that okay? I think that's one thing I left out. All right. So thank you all for joining this session. And again, please, I just want to give an announcement. So from the 7th of December, we will be having the Advanced Digital Marketing Program for those who are interested to become digital marketing experts. So we'll be kicking off a program from the 7th of December. The program is going to last for a maximum of 3 months. We're going to be having sessions during this period 3 times a week, 2 hours maximum in a day. Okay, and the program is going to last for 3 months. And the training fee for that particular program is 499 dirhams, let's say 500 dirhams for that particular program. We are going to cut across all the various digital marketing modules we've just mentioned right now. It's going to be 100% practical, so we are not going to be giving you explanations here and there. We are going to, take you step by step as far as digital marketing is concerned. We are going to work on real projects. Whenever I have a project which I'm working on, I'm going to, give you guys an announcement, and we are going to bring you up to speed so you can join those programs and get one or two, experiences. And then you are equally going to be part. We are going to automatically include you as a student, or sorry, as a staff at the TG Digital Agency. So it can give you that exposure. It can add maybe, an experience to your curriculum, which means that from the time you start taking the course with Atita Group Institute, you really become part of the TG Digital Agency. I know a lot of people, when they go to, apply for a job for the very first time when you're done with the course, it becomes so difficult for you to get a job, especially when your CV does not state that you've been part of, you've worked with a company maybe a digital marketing agency. So you're equally going to have that opportunity to be part of the agency. When there are projects coming up, we are going to include you to the project. And of course, we do campaigns as well. When we have projects which we believe that you can work on, we can give you the projects, provided you have your debit or credit card. You work on them and make sure you deliver them as well. So that is it. If you have a question in respect to the program, kindly indicate. I don't know if the timing is perfect. We have these sessions Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for the UAE students, UAE and Middle East, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., Tuesday, Thursdays, Saturdays. For the African community, or students who are coming from African countries, we always have their sessions from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. If you think 8 p.m. is not comfortable for you, you can join the African students. What we teach them is the same, just that we take a lot of time with the African students. Their own training program runs up to 4 months, sometimes 5 months, because most of them have not been exposed as you guys have been. No matter what you are doing here in UAE, you have been exposed to digital marketing. From what I've just explained now, I'm sure you must have experienced that already, right? And most of you already have your probably debit card, which you can use to, do one or two test campaigns. So it's very easy for you to do that. I don't know if it's comfortable. Is the timing comfortable for everyone? For those who were willing to join the program anyway, if the timing is comfortable for you, then good and fine. If the timing is not comfortable for you, then you can indicate, tell us the reason why, and we can see how we can solve that problem.
The timing is comfortable.
All right, perfect. Anthony, please, how was the session? Let's get your feedbacks as far as the training program is concerned. We are going to be getting recorded sessions at the end as well. Yes, Anthony, can you say something? Please, if you cannot unmute your mic, you can use the chat.
So thank you very much, and I really appreciate you. I will be joining your class on the 7th of December. I will send you a message on WhatsApp.
Okay, all right, perfect. All right, great. So we'll be kicking off on December 7th. I think we already have some students who are registered already. I think those who attended the free session last week, some of them have registered already. So we'll be kicking off on the 7th of December. You can pay in 2 installments if you feel it's going to be stressful for you to pay all at once. Or if you have a different payment plan, you can get to me and we are going to discuss about it. The main goal here is for everyone to have these skills. Okay? Everyone to have these skills because it can help you in one way or the other. Except you are so comfortable, whatever you're doing in UAE, and you think it's not probably important, then good and fine. But if you really want to know or gain a skill, which will be very difficult for you to leave your job and you go and start attending classes, you are free to join us. Okay, the fee is 500 dirhams only. 3 times a week, we are going to be having sessions, 2 hours during these days, which I've just mentioned. Is that okay? All right, so thank you all for joining. And I'm going to share more details about the program in the forum, which I just added you guys there. We are not going to be sharing any other information apart of what we are going to be sharing here. Is that okay? Yeah, 2 to 3 months is the timing, okay? Maximum 3 months. If we are very fast with whatever we are doing, then 2 months will be comfortable. 2 months will be okay. But sometimes we extend because we don't want to rush things. Yes?
It's good now, so I do have that.
All right. So thank you all for joining this session. And hopefully, I'll be seeing you guys. I'll be seeing you guys on the 7th of next month. Bye-bye for now. You're going to get the recordings of this particular session immediately after this class. So I'll drop it in the group, and I'm going to share more details about the program as well. Bye-bye for now.